Welcome to the show, Justin.
Oh, g'day.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. I'm pumped. I'm in Burnie. I'm got a book about Burnie. I'm about to play the Burnie Park Soundshell.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life.
Sounds
That's
like
awesome.
it. So you've got a bit of a storied career. I want to go back kind of to the start a little bit. We don't have heaps. We're not going to spend like 20 minutes on this.
I'll give you the 20-second version of
Give me
The abridged version.
Yeah, what's the abridged version
local
of how
kid
you got into
moves
music?
to Canberra to do uni and then wins this thing called Haywire and then gets his foot in the door with Triple J's morning show when he was 21. And they said, do you want to write a funny song every week? And he's like, yep. And I did that for 6 months. And then I'm like, Triple J's the bedroom philosopher. And I've never even done a comedy gig in my life. And that's the platform I had.
That's crazy. Have you done
Wow.
comedy since then, obviously?
Yeah, I sort of reverse engineered it. Like
Yeah.
I got kind of famous at the front, way ahead of all my mates and colleagues, without having any real live experience. And then I was like, whoa, I better figure out what you do on stage with the talking and the banter. And I
Yeah.
had to figure that bit out later.
Yeah.
But I was like, pre-social media, people would be emailing Triple J going, who is that Justine Hazelwood with his funny song about the awkward emus? And it was all very cute, really,
Yeah.
looking back. And I was on MySpace there for a while. I'm old school. And I remember, what times were like pre-Instagram and whatnot. It was all a little bit different. And I played, Russell Jarvis ran a music venue in Burnie called Stage Door,
Yeah.
the cafe. He was a huge music promoter and arts philanthropist. And I've got the world record on Wikipedia for the most appearances there,
Wow.
which someone typed in and they've left it. So take that, Monique Brumby. It's funny being from Burnie, and I wrote a whole album about Melbourne basically, which I don't think you could do if you were from Melbourne. I think there's a special perspective. As we know, there's a lot of Tasmanians and people from the northwest coast move to Melbourne, and there's a big posse over there, and you just have some kind of perspective. And I was just, I don't know, noticing things like the trams are kind of cool. So I was like, let's have an album set on the tram, and there'll be 10 different characters, and that's sort of how that all came about. But I suppose what I feel like I'm doing now is I feel like a bit of an outsider of Burnie because I've been away for so long. But at the same time, I am a local. This is my hometown.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back and I'm having some kind of outsider perspective on the place that perhaps, locals wouldn't necessarily have at this minute.
Yeah. So that brings us to your book then, which I'm looking forward to you having a little chat about. So what was the inspiration behind actually writing a book about Burnie?
Well, I guess I moved back just before COVID hit, and it was kind of a lucky guess because I would have got my ass whooped if I'd stayed in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And and then I was trying to figure out how to make myself useful. I was kind of just wandering around going, whoa, I'm in Burnie, what happens next? And I got in with the Burnie Arts Council, and Lyndall Thorne used to run a really cool cafe called Kinesis in Burnie in the 90s, alternative sort of place. She runs Burnie Arts Council, and they were doing this big 75th anniversary project honouring the artistic alumni that have come from Burnie, and there was this huge list of like 100 people. And so I was just going, maybe I could, I don't know, write a book, because I'd written 2 at that point.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of some ambitious project. I was like, you could have this, it could be the most Burnie book of all time, and you could talk about different things and interview 20 people and talk about the emu at the Burnie Park. I did a bit of research, and there was a water clock in the Plaza Arcade in the mid-'80s, and I started, once I started sort of going down that road, I really got into it. So I've spent a solid 2 years on this thing.
Yeah, wow.
With support and funding from, local powers that be in Burnie, which I appreciate, because this is my job. I don't really do other stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, if you guys can, pay me like a professional what I'd normally get paid to do a book, I was like, I will just go full tilt on this.
And why not?
And I have, and then the designer that I collaborated with, Emma Duncan of Redbird, Burnie graphic designer. So it's an all Burnie crew, and everyone in it's from Burnie. And it's a passion project for her as well. And we just went to town on the graphics in this thing, and I was like, here's an old ad for the chicken. from the mid-'80s, like congratulating Bernie on becoming a city. I want this in the book to look like it's sponsoring the book now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to look like an old ad out of the paper. And so we just had a lot of fun with graphics from businesses that maybe aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
Your Buccacinos, your Praties.
Yeah, cool.
I just think, I know for a fact that Bernie people get a real kick out of the nostalgia side of not necessarily looking back 150 years, but even just looking back on Bernie in the 1970s or the 1980s. And there's a strange nostalgia for the smog-ridden Bernie pulp mill, Bernie of the mid-'80s, which maybe now we're a safe enough distance away to start chatting about it. But at the time, I mean, the sea was brown, the air was questionable, and, you know, I've got skin in the game because I was thrown in the ocean as a 7-year-old doing surf club in 1987. So I sort of want to know why my hometown was polluted to the eyeballs and why everyone was wandering around going, nothing to see here, this is dead normal. What I wanted to do was just open the doors to 20 other artists, you know, like Josh Earl, Oslo Davis, Wayne Hudson, Lisa Garland, all these amazing local artists, and just like rather than just have it my voice the whole time, I just was interested in what other people thought about Bernie.
Yeah.
I guess with this book, I've chosen a pretty psychedelic, creative, abstract, humorous angle for it.
Yeah.
So it feels like I just don't think you can talk about Bernie too seriously for too long.
No.
Jokes have to get made.
Well, yeah. So you can get your book from dreambernie.com and selected bookstores. You're going to play us the song today. What song do you have chosen for us?
Oh, look, I thought I'd try and pick something that's as sort of local as the book content. And it's I started writing songs when I was about 16, 17. And I wrote the Leavers song for Hellier College in 1998 called Smells Like Hellier Spirit.
Really?
Amazing.
Look, honestly, I've been revisiting some of the first songs I wrote, and I'm like, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
And I actually get a real kick out of playing them.
Well, let's get the guitar out and have a little strum.
There's a little school that I go to, oh, hell yeah. It's like nothing I've ever been through, oh, hell yeah. From the outside it looks pretty grey, whoa, hell yeah. But it shines all through the day, whoa. I've been through primary and high school too, oh, hell yeah. Came to a place where they changed the rules, whoa, hell yeah. Came a boy, young and untamed, whoa, hell yeah. Left a man about the same, whoa, hell yeah. We bask in the sun, 'cause I'm chilling with my friends. The feeling never ends and we find it all too fun. Got our smiles, got our health, got the chance to be ourselves. This was the best, very best time of my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. College life is quite a breeze, whoa, hell yeah. You get to school and take some freeze, whoa, hell yeah. We even do some work, it's true, whoa, hell yeah. But only the night before it's due, whoa, hell yeah. And we bask in the sun, 'cause I'm chilling with my friends, and the feeling never ends, and we find it all too fun. Got our smiles, got our health, got the chance to be ourselves. This was the best, very best time of my life. Goodbye Hellier, goodbye Calf, goodbye Linkway, goodbye Staff. Goodbye green carpet, goodbye freeze, goodbye new sheet, see your trees. Goodbye calf specials, goodbye fried rice, goodbye something with mayonnaise. Goodbye socials and vending machines, goodbye buses and the SRC. Goodbye classes, you weren't too boring, goodbye music, goodbye Steve Loring. Goodbye friends, you're all so nice. I'll see you all in the next life. Or maybe just tomorrow. Let's get back to the good times, yeah. 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 Well, I guess now it's time to go. Whoa, hell yeah. Come gather round, get in the flow. Whoa, hell yeah. Tonight we're gonna party on. Whoa, hell yeah. 'Cause at least we know we're better than dawn. Whoa, hell yeah. And we bask in the sun. 'Cause I'm chilling with my friends, and the feeling never ends, and we find it all too fun. Got our smiles, got our health, got our chance to be ourselves. Got no more homework, no way. We got the summer holidays, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Na 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 na. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Whoa, hell yeah. Na 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 na. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
What a song!
Oh my lord. That was incredible. There was so many fun references, like all throughout that entire
so
tune.
good.
Holy moly.
It's a journey.
Man, you're a talented dude. I mean, it's
You
to be
even put up with
expected.
my slagging off of Don College.
Oh, yeah.
As Devonport locals.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say anything about that, are we?
That's okay. We've made peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Springfield and Shelbyville have come together.
And we'll never say which one is which. That's the deal.
I think we've forgotten.
Well, this book is available from dreambernie.com and selected bookstores. And you have a really cool event which is coming up this weekend. Well, it's March 1st. Bernie Park Soundshell from 11, featuring special guest headliner Twinkle Digits. It's going to be a really fun event, so get on down there if you've got some spare time on March 1st. And Justin, thanks for joining us on the show.
Hey, thanks.